Hello and welcome to this Game Replays shoutcast of a match between MSI, Fnatic MSI for those of you who don't know, and the new team on the scene, KDe Gaming, a European outfit I believe. First, showing up, have a quick look at MSI's picks. We've got Fresh Fire Disciple, fairly well known player, K from the old BTN team on Magnus, Trixie taking mid on Polywog Priest, Ductor playing Plague Rider going top as well, and Rexy going bottom. So we've got a fairly classical Magnus Pyro combination going bottom for MSI, slightly less often seen Plague Rider and Corrupted Disciple combination with obviously fairly good harassment, should allow characters to get a good farm, and the Polywog Priest mid that we're seeing quite a lot in competition these days. Top lane for KD, we've got Zephyr and Slither, so obviously strong harassment from Slither, good killing potential with the Gust Cyclone combination, should ensure a solid farm for the carry. Chipper, often banned in competitive play of course, but we should be seeing him taking mid this game. He's in the hands of Overpower, another one of the old BTN players, and we've got Forsaken Archer and Blacksmith going bottom, so a strong slow stun and root combination should ensure a few kills in that lane, I would imagine. I think the runes spawned at the bottom. Yes, we see Magnus pick that up for MSI. So obviously that's not going to do any good because it's regen, but at least it denies it later to the KDe mid. I've actually called this wrong. We've got Slither and Zephyr going bottom lane, which is obviously interesting. That puts two fairly strong aggressive lanes, and a surge onto Slither by Magnus, followed up by a stun from Pyromancer. They don't look like getting first blood here, but it's some strong harassment. Yep, and Slither does a gust away to ensure that Zephyr doesn't end up being too badly hurt or anything. So no first blood there, but I'm sure that MSI will be very happy to put out that harassment. And let's see. Nothing particularly interesting going on at the moment. I think I've called the lanes roughly correctly. Some harassment going on to Polywog Priest from the rockets from Chipper, but he's not going to suffer any harm. He's got a couple of runes still left, hasn't gone on an overly regen light point, so he should be alright there. We can see Slither going off into the jungle on the bottom lane. I'm not quite sure what he's doing. Oh, and I've completely missed a Bloodlust top, I'm very sorry. I think that'd be the Plague Rider slow and new combo from Fresh Fire on Corrupted Disciple there, obviously offering them a fairly strong combination onto Forsaken Archer, who doesn't have much in the way of an escape mechanism. Obviously Blacksmith's picked up only his stun, so he doesn't have the slow to allow that opportunity to escape, and Fresh Fire will be very happy to receive that Bloodlust. Obviously it's a good increase to his gold per minute. See, taking a quick look at everything else, we can already see 5 creep kills and Overpower, so obviously Chipper's strong attack animation, coupled with the fact that Trixie's not got access to such a powerful tool, is obviously allowing him to get some good farm there. And bottom lane, I think, not terribly good farm for Kababo, hasn't actually managed to pick up any creep kills yet, so obviously this Magnus Pyro combination doing their job in this first minute and disrupting his farm fairly effectively. I'm not sure the Forsaken Archer's actually got the money she'd need for a TP, so she's going to be out of the game longer than I think she'd probably like at here, which obviously she could impede her farm later, and I'm sure Fresh Fire will be taking good advantage of that in order to up his farm. He's got a couple of crit kills already, he's just increased that a bit more. Now this pause has just ended, so what do we see? Interestingly, KDe didn't actually ward the Legion creep pool before the first set of creep spawn, so Magnus and Pyro have been allowed to get one creep spawn, and now we see a surge onto Zephyr followed up by a stun. I think they could be looking for a Bloodlust here. It'll only take one more hit, but the slow comes out from Zephyr. That should save. Slow comes out from Slither. That should save Zephyr's life. So well played by Uber Magics, slowing Pyromancer before he could get that last killing blow. And although it would have probably been nicer if he'd done it just a little earlier. Top lane, we can see the Hellborn Antagonist making good use of creep pulling there. That camp's very powerful, obviously, since you can both stack it and pull it at the same time, which effectively denies an entire creep wave. I'd expect to see it warded more often than I do, to be perfectly frank. I think it's more powerful than the weaker pull. And what else? We can see, who is it, Chipper going top for the rune. He doesn't have a bottle, but he's picked up that haste rune. Trixie needs to be careful here. He's got a health potion, but obviously Overpower's on full mana, and that, Chipper does have a very nice combo. We see Overpower here. Trixie does a tongue-tied on him. I'm not sure if Overpower will be looking for anything. He might just be taking grip. Yes, he lands a tar on Trixie, misses his first rocket. Overpower needs to be careful here. Trixie's in a position to kill him, but of course he uses that haste rune to good effect to get back, and then uses a health potion to heal up, so he won't be losing mid for that. He's initiated back onto Trixie. A couple of rockets landed at point blank range, and Overpower takes down Trixie, so well played there by Overpower, turning around what was potentially quite a dangerous situation and getting a kill out of it. Trixie, perhaps overextending a bit, underestimated the power of the haste rune there, and he's obviously paid for that. So a quick look, obviously Overpower's doing very well, a kill and 13 creep kills. Fresh Free Fly also doing fairly well, he got that Bloodlust and he's rocking a fairly solid 340 gold per minute. And those are obviously the top performers. And Kabapo's gone down here, yes, of course, that'll be the classic Magnus Pyro combination, but K, I'm not sure he's going to go down here. Toxicity, I think Pyro might be looking to deny him here. No, he should actually survive that just fine. He uses a set of Runes of the Blight to make sure he doesn't get killed by that DOT, so obviously good play by, who is it, Rexy there, giving him those Runes of the Blight to ensure he doesn't go down. And Zephyr TP's back to bottom lane. Let's see if we've got any interesting going on here. Blade Rider took a bit of harassment there. We see he's used his health potion, so obviously if they can land that combo on him again, he might be fairly low. And action bottom lane. Pyromancer and Magnus have gone on to Zephyrus. Surgeon comes out, and Kabapo's gone down again. I'm not quite sure what Kabapo's doing. He's overextended a bit there. I think they were probably chasing a kill on Rexy and went a bit far, which obviously they do need to be very careful against this combination. It's got a very solid double stun that can lead to a kill if they're not careful. There's a ping going down mid from Trixie. He might be looking for a kill here on Overpower, and I think he's calling for the rune, yes. Overpower uses his rockets there to scare off Trixie, and he's able to get the 4-minute rune, which is obviously a major factor in determining who wins this battle for mids. Trixie's looking a bit sorry now, he's running a bit low on regen, he doesn't have a bottle, and of course Overpower's now got his bottle as he's been allowed to pick up that 4-minute rune, and I've missed a kill top. There was a stun combination by Blacksmith and Forsaken Archer, the classic, to be honest. It's the stun slow from Blacksmith followed by her root, and it basically means that even if you do survive the initial burst, it's very hard to escape because obviously you're slowed. They're looking for one on Plague Rider now. I don't think they'll get him, but they're certainly trying. Shot goes out from Forsaken Archer, but I think that's about as far as it's going. Taking a look on bottom lane, we've got Pyromancer in the woods. He might be looking to set something up here. Magnus doesn't have the mana to surge though, so I'm not quite sure he's going. Yes. Stun comes out from Rexy, narrowly misses Uber Magic, so I think Uber Magic's quite lucky to have dodged that, otherwise as he'd be toast. And we see Rexy going down again in middle. Strong harassment from Overpower, and then obviously finishing it up with a well-aimed rocket to stop Trixie escaping. So, quick look at the stats. We can see a slight advantage towards Legion. They've got a small guard lead and a small experience lead, which is probably mainly due to the fact they've got more creep kills, and of course the fact that Fresh Free Fly picked up the Bloodlust. And let's see what's the courier bringing out. Very hard to select in this interface. Small regen being ferried out to Forsaken Archer there, since obviously she's rather short due to being harassed by this double range lane, which is never a good situation to be in. And in the middle we can see that Rexy's actually managed, it is Rexy's, no it's Trixie, has managed to force Overpower back, so obviously he'll be taking this opportunity to regen and hopefully to pick up the 6-minute rune, which he's guessed wrong and it's actually bottom, so Trixie will be less than happy about that. But the 2-minute rune is in fact invisibility, so bottom lane potentially needs to be careful here. We can already see a gust onto Magnus. Oh, this is ganked by the Hellborn. Very well played there by Jeopard, teleporting, even I didn't notice it, and I'm a spectator in this. So yes, TP gank there from Overpower, catches Magnus a little far up, and obviously that's a very strong combination. You can use Gust to bring someone out of position, slow means they never get away, and obviously Chipper's got very powerful burst damage, and Rexy's bottled that invisibility rune, but he won't be sticking to his initial plan, which was presumably to go down and gank with it. Instead we'll just see him taking mid, possibly looking to push this tower with his wards, but I doubt it. Needs to be careful here though. Overpower's obviously in a position to do some damage, but I don't think he's got the mana for a full combo, so he's unlikely to kill Trixie. Does have some bottle charges though, so you never know. And bottom we can see Magnus going round again. He's got mana this time, so they might be looking for a kill on Zephyr and Slither, but obviously they're keeping well back. Slither here though might be in danger if he goes anywhere near the trees, but he's not. And top lane we can see, oh, ping's bottom, I'm not quite sure what they're looking for. Might Magnus be going for a stun here? Nope, Slither's still not coming in range. And actually if you look at top lane, you can see that Forsaken Archer was actually allowed to creep, which is obviously useful to her. She's not got great farm, and that'll add to it a bit, and it'll also hopefully allow her to catch up with her opponents on levels. You can see that Fresh Free Fly is 5, he's got a bit more farm. Obviously that's mainly due to the fact she give up Bloodlust. There's a ping down bottom, I think it's because K's actually managed to get stuck, he's been trapped in the forest